Phantom, how's it going? It's your boy Hardcover, and today we're taking a look at the Black Panther Panthers Rage Epic Collection. Now, this bad boy has been massively out of print for a long time, and it's been something that a lot of Black Panther fans have been clamoring to get. Fortunately, they just decided to put it into a nice little epic collection, and we are going to be diving into it in just a second. For those of you that have never read Black Panther, this is a perfect jumping on point. Don McGregor's run is widely regarded as a classic. He establishes so many things. He establishes the two women that always follow him around. He builds upon the concept of Wakanda and all this other stuff. Funny enough, this actually started out of kind of a bet for Don McGregor. Essentially what it was that this was a publication that was called, and I'll show you the back in a second, Jungle Action. And essentially what Jungle Action was is that it was a comic book series that followed white people around in the jungles, and Don McGregor essentially said, look, this makes absolutely no sense. I want to take this series and I want to do something else with it. And people at Marvel actually got so offended that they said, you know what, do whatever the hell you want with it. Let's see if you can do a better job. And we got one of the most legendary Black Panther runs of all time. What's great about McGregor is that he really expands upon the idea of Wakanda. He expands upon the religious aspects of it, what it would be like to grow up in such a superiorly technologically advanced society that everybody looks down upon. He expands upon politics. He expands upon just so many different aspects, the suit, including the cape and all that other good stuff. It's really a legendary run, and for a good reason. It was out of print for a long time, simply because of the fact that it was in such high demand that whenever a few issues would pop up online, people would snatch them up really quick. You're also getting the first introduction to one of my classic favorites, Black Panther villains, Eric Killmonger. Now, I have personally not read this series, however, I have heard great things about this. And what I'm most interested about this series is that I really want to see how they dive into the politics, how he establishes this universe, because while I am a pretty good sized fan of Black Panther, I haven't actually delved too much into the comics aside from Christopher Priest's run, and from what I've heard, Don McGregor's run is pretty much as good as it gets. It actually supposedly rivals Christopher Priest, and in many ways is supposed to be even better. Now, I've been reading Christopher Priest's Black Panther run, and apparently a lot of the stuff that strives out of Christopher Priest's run came from here. So I'm really excited to dive into this and check it out. For those of you that are curious about where Black Panther started, he actually came from Fantastic Four, namely Fantastic Four issues 52 through 53, and I'm surprised they decided to collect these two issues in this volume simply because of the fact that they are not part of Don McGregor's run. However, it is really fun to see where the character first started and how he interacted with the Fantastic Four. Fun fact, he pretty much kicks their asses in the first introduction. I've read these two issues, and they're fun. They really are. And you gotta think, for the time period, this was the 1960s, having a black superhero, one especially that was called Black Panther at the time, was a bit controversial and it was a bit groundbreaking. So kudos to Jack Kirby and Stan Lee for creating him. If this is your first time checking out my channel, I do weekly reviews of hardcovers, trade paperbacks, omnibuses, special editions, all that good stuff. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter and on the Omnibuds Cafe group, hosted and created by one of my loyal patrons, Salvatore Zito. That is going to be all found in the description down below. Check those out, guys. And if you want to help a brother out and you want to keep this channel alive and kick a couple of shekels my way, it's always greatly appreciated. For as little as $1 a month, you can find my Patreon down there in the description as well. Love you guys. Have a great week. Bye.